So a mentor of mine, Adam Lincolnauger,
Lincoln Hogger?
Lincolnauger. So he created a system called the bracelet charm, right? And what that is basically you can break down what your content is like. You've got like different bracelets, right? So you might have like you might have like a cooking bracelet, right? So cooking is very broad. Maybe you've got maintenance, like how to maintain bracelet. Maybe you might not do as much of this, but there's like a fitness bracelet, right? But then there's subcategories of it. So like what are all the subcategories of things that you can help people with? So like in cooking, what is there in meal prep? All right, so meal prep is one, right?
Then you have ingredient prep.
Meal prep, ingredient prep.
And then you would have recipe reinventing recipes.
Reinventing. Okay, so let's just use those few.
And I would say the other thing I would say is, if you're like someone who doesn't want to like cook recipes, is finding choices that aren't bullshit out there. Like not all the keto things that are going to charge you 6 times as much money for something that isn't even real.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's like, so you got your bracelet and you got your charms, but you could even do charms off this, right? Because, all right, meal prep. So what categories do you have in meal prep?
Well, you have proteins. Do you mean it's like proteins, carbohydrates?
It could be anything. It could be specifically what you're prepping. It could also be like it could be breakfast, lunch, dinners. It could be.
We could do like I could do mason jar salads.
So you got like mason jar. So that's a whole niche. Right. And then under mason jar, there's probably more niches, right?
Oh, yeah. You'd have salad. You'd have what do you call those? Overnight oats.
So.
Soups.
All right, so you can make a chain like this. Figure out what are 2 to 3 categories that are in your wheelhouse. Basically, that are your solution to helping people maintain or lose over 50 pounds. Then, under each of those, what are the 3 things that you focus on in that category, and then branch off. So now it's like, hey, a hook for a piece of content. I lost 373 pounds with mason jar meal prep. Here's how, or you can go a level deeper. I lost 373 pounds making salads in my mason jar, using a mason jar. And it's so simple. Let me show you in 30 seconds how to do this. So that's how you get your ideas for your content. And you can.
So I mean, the food part of it, I don't have as much issue with. It would be the other parts of it to bring in. I think one of those, like losing the weight, like a visual of how much weight that actually is. Like talking about like sustainability would be like, over my lifetime, I've lost 4,000 pounds.
Well, let's switch this out because cooking is the one that you're not having issues with, right? But you could also see how you could use a lot of the content you've already filmed too, because that's one of the reasons you don't want to do as much cooking, because it costs so much and it's so time consuming. Well, have you made, like what categories of things have you made that then you can retake that footage, you show yourself making it, and then you voice it over. And you talk through more of the process, maybe talk through a story, you're just recycling your content. Getting, now it's like the amount of time it took for you to make that post. Let's say it took you 3 hours to make that post, with the cooking, the shopping, all that. Well, now you got 2 posts from it, so now it was 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you get so much time back. Okay, but here, let's just say it's like mindset, right? You're gonna dive into mindset. So what do you think? What are 3 things that are like good charms for this bracelet?
Well, number 1, I am worth it.
Okay, I am worth it. Okay, so self-worth, we'll call it. Okay.
And then self-sabotage.
Self-worth. Okay.
And then for mindset, I think another one would be being open. You know what I mean? Like open to trying things. Or what would you call that? Like
Yeah. Experiment.
open-minded, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Experimental.
Open-minded. Experimental. Okay. So now, let's go through. Pick one of these.
Self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage. So what are 3 ways that people self-sabotage, and then that you could talk about?
Well, when they make a mistake, it's over, done.
Okay. So like all or nothing.
Well, yeah.
Okay. What's another one?
The I'll start it tomorrow, kind of like the procrastinator.
Okay. One more.
I can't afford it, or money, like money issues, like, you know what I mean?
That might not.
No.
That might not fall under. That might be a different like.
Yeah.
But it could just be 2. Like, want to go with this?
Well, not being unrealistic, lying to yourself, it would be huge. I mean, like saying you're doing everything you are, but you're not. Like the person that said they only eat 500 calories a day, but they're really.
Okay. So there's your mindset, and there's 3 topics. So now, again, just going back to the thing, the hook that you provided, is I lost 373 pounds, and here's how I overcame the all or nothing thinking. Or you can say, if it weren't for blank, I wouldn't have lost 373 pounds. Like, you can frame it and do different things, but now you talk about your own story and combine your story. It's kind of like your method on how to overcome that. But now if you do this and you take a piece of paper and take 30 minutes, you can come up with so many content ideas, and you can make them in different ways. You can make the same content with a different hook. You could do different content with the same hook over and over. It's just like Legos, they go a million different ways.